Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV. It's player ratings time. I told you we'd be back for the build-up shows and all that tomorrow. I forgot all about player ratings, so I'm here once again to give ratings to Liverpool players for kicking a ball round a piece of grass. And it feels damn good. So I'm going to start with Lloris Karius in goal, who admittedly didn't kick the ball as much as maybe some of the other players because, you know, punched it a couple of times and that. But that is his job. You came here for insight, didn't you? Look at that, breaking down the goalkeeper position in ways you've never known before. Lloris Karius, 8 out of 10 for me, because he made 4 saves, because he made important saves, because I can. And because I think he deserves it, to be fair. I thought he looked cool and calm when he had the ball at his feet, never felt rushed. You know, he played one ball when it was in the centre of the box, and he just played it straight through the middle of 2 of their players to our centre midfielder. And I felt nervous, but I shouldn't have, because he felt confident enough to do it. And you know what? The saves were important. The punches were sound enough. Not the best. We've talked about that. We've discussed that already. So 8 out of 10 for Lloris Karius. Brilliant. Trent Alexander-Arnold. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought he did well defensively. You know, 3 crosses, I think it was, in the day. 1 of them was complete. Again, a threat going forwards, stood up very, very well to Tadic, who's a tricky player. You know, he's maybe not the most consistent of players, but he's a very tricky player, and on his day he can beat you. And I think Tadic and Robertson didn't get much out of Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he's looking more and more composed, isn't he, as time goes on. Joel Matip, I'm hedging my bets between a 6 and a 7 here. I'm going to go 6.5 because I think second half I don't think he did anything wrong. First half there was a couple of moments where he just looked a little. You know what? I'm going to go back to a 7. There was a couple of moments where he looked a little bit like he was caught in 2 minds about what to do, and you know, he was a little bit deeper one time on one of the offsides and nearly played the guy on, and you know, not going for the ball on the second ball from a corner and stuff like that. But ultimately he plays a ball that nobody else in that defence, I don't think, plays, and that's the one into Mo Salah's feet, I think it is, yeah, for the second goal. Salah then passes to Firmino. Firmino does his voodoo, and then we score a goal. And you know, that's one of the reasons that Matip is in this side, is because he can see those passes, he can execute those passes, and quite quickly move you from a slow, maybe passing move around the defenders to in on goal, getting the killer goal, getting that second goal and putting Southampton to sleep. So yeah, I'll go back up to a 7 out of 10 for him. 9 out of 10 for Virgil van Dijk. He looks like he stood there in his picture like this. That's pretty much what he did to Southampton, and he stood in that stadium and he probably looked around and went, I'm better than all of you, and I'm going to prove it today. And it's a very, very difficult thing to do, I'm sure, when you're being booed by that many people. And he did it, and he did it with aplomb. You know, he won 7 of his 8 duels today. I think it was 7 clearances, 3 tackles, couple of interceptions, or maybe it's 2 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 dribble that didn't quite go to plan. Didn't get me my first goal scorer that I wanted from him. But you know what? He was absolutely, and I'm gonna use a word that Tom used on the when we were watching the imperious today, and I think that perfectly sums up Virgil van Dijk's performance. Andrew Robertson, I'll give him a 7 out of 10 as well. Very similar. In fact, I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Very similar to Trent Alexander-Arnold. 6.5. Come on, I don't want to be too down on them. 6.5 today. That one weakness of his seems to be that ball over his head, and you know, Ward-Prowse got on the end of it a couple of times. Hoy got on the end of it one time as well. Other than that, in normal play, absolutely fine. But when the ball's coming down from Trent Alexander-Arnold's side, our right-hand side, he does seem to maybe lose track of players. And I don't know whether that's all his fault or whether Sadio Mane doesn't offer him the protection, or maybe it's Wijnaldum doesn't quite offer him the protection that he's expecting, or whether, you know, someone's got to, say, move back, move on one or something like that. So whether it's a communication issue or it's Andrew Robertson not getting enough shield, I'm not 100% sure. But, you know, generally speaking, good game again from Andrew Robertson. And, you know, more and more as the game goes on, he's fighting for the ball and he's chasing things down. And you know, I'll go back up to a 7 actually, because I remembered all of his attacking stuff that he did. You know, looking for those 1-2s, even on the edge of the box from Robertson today. That's great. Like Emre Can, it was mad. It was a bit of a mad game for me, because I felt like when we started the game, I thought the first 10 minutes I thought we did really well, and we obviously get the goal, and then we went within our shell a little bit, and we sat in, and I felt like we lost control in the middle of the park there, and you know, I felt like Chan went missing because he was so good in that first 10 minutes until about half-time. Didn't really see anything from him. And then second half, again, he comes out and he imposes his will on the game. So I'll go 7.5 for Emre. Probably go a 6 for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. You know, withdrawn on the hour mark. Didn't think he was as involved as maybe I'd like to have seen. You know, didn't really sort of get round the outside of Mo Salah and hit that space. Yeah, not the best performance, not a bad performance from him. Wijnaldum, I'll give him a 7 out of 10. I thought he was good on the day again, you know, shielding the ball, moving the ball off. I know a lot of Liverpool fans don't really like Wijnaldum, don't wonder what he does in these games. And I like it. I think he keeps the team moving and keeps the team ticking along. And, you know, Emre Can, for all of his good, he's not the guy that quickly moves the ball on, and Wijnaldum recycles possession really quickly. And I think it's important when Chan's playing that 60, you've got someone who's able to do that, maybe just slightly ahead of him. And yeah, we saw him popping up defensively, we saw him popping up on the edge of the box. You know, one of them, Sadio Mane, should have squared it to him, and maybe Wijnaldum would have got that elusive away goal. And the other, for some reason, he decides to step over the ball, and Sadio Mane ends up getting the ball. And I think he should have just, had he been a bit more confident, he'd probably have taken that shot on. But 7 out of 10 for him. Mo Salah, 9 out of 10. For me, it was between these two guys, Salah and Firmino, who was man of the match. I edge it to Roberto Firmino, but Mo Salah, 9 out of 10. Again, just dangerous. Just, I don't know how to describe him anymore. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous what he's doing on a football field for us at the moment. And, you know, massive, massive pyramid should be getting built for him near Anfield somewhere. Sadio Mane, probably a 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. I mean, again, I always feel disappointed with Mane when he doesn't get on the score sheet, but he's still there, he's still dangerous, he's still affecting these games, and their players are always scared of him, and that's boss, that's what you want. This is a lad who we don't even think's in that good form, and it's mad, like, you know, he nearly scores goal of the season there if it wasn't for Lamina, is it, blocking that. I mean, that could have gone in. I mean, it's absolutely crazy, and you know, he just keeps on creating chances and keeps on creating opportunities by running in straight lines, and watching Firmino and Salah just run side to side around him. It's incredible to see. And Roberto Firmino, the man contested for 27 duels. I think he won the most tackles out of any Liverpool player. I think he won like 6 tackles or something like that as well. Tireless defensive performance from our number 9, and he gets a goal and he gets an assist, and that's amazing. I think that's the 5th time this season that Roberto Firmino's assisted Salah. I think it's absolutely brilliant, and Roberto Firmino is world class. And he comes out yesterday, doesn't he, or was it today, and starts talking about he wants to stay here for a long time. And I believe him. He looks like he's enjoying his football. He looks like he loves playing in this number 9 position. And whatever you think and whatever you've thought about where you think Firmino should be playing, he's enjoying himself. He's scoring goals, he's getting assists, and this lad's scoring goals as well. Let's just knock this number 9. We should buy another striker talk. Just knock it on the head, because Roberto Firmino's our striker. We need to get a backup for him. We need to get a backup who can come in and do something similar. Because I love Danny Ings and I love Dom Solanke, but right now, they're not even the same type of player as Roberto Firmino, so we need like a Firmino 2.0 or some Firmino light, let's say, someone to just come in and do that. Maybe it is one of them lads, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it is, but it doesn't feel like they've got the technical know-how to just play those little balls that he has, and that link-up play with Salah. Substitute, Dejan Lovren gets a fucking 9 out of 10, because I reckon, and I'm just making this up, he's had a little word with one Jurgen Klopp and said, put me on here, boss, this will piss them off. So we get a 9. James Milner, we dominated when he came on again, even more so in the centre of the park. 7 out of 10. Adam Lallana, 7 out of 10 for just the amount of touches that he managed to cram into his tiny little cameo. Jurgen Klopp, I'm going to give Jurgen Klopp a 10 out of 10 for stiffing them with Van Dijk, then trolling them with Lovren and Adam Lallana later on. And I just don't think he can get a better managerial performance than that. He clearly fucking hates Southampton, and he's stuck 2 fingers up to them with Lovren and Lallana coming on late and just standing Virgil van Dijk in the middle of the pitch like that. So Jurgen Klopp, 10 out of 10. Absolutely fantastic from him. Going to get into some of the comments. Tom, have you got anything to get me going, mate?
Yes, blah blah says, great to see Lallana come on and just keep the ball. Quick, short passes, lovely.
Agreed. 100% agreed. And it was interesting, wasn't it? Because, you know, we've talked about, you know, maybe that Adam Lallana style midfielder that we seem to have been lacking in recent weeks and stuff. And so different the way he plays that midfield role to maybe an Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who's a bit more direct, picks the ball up, likes to run in front of him, likes to run into a little bit of space. And Gini Wijnaldum, very, very similar. Emre Can's similar to those in that regard as well when they're driving forward. Adam Lallana does it in a different way, sort of floats around the pitch and he tries to win the ball back and he's nipping at people and turning and little 1-2s and very, very different, especially as like a change-up. Southampton be used to playing midfielders who are playing one way and then Adam Lallana comes on and starts playing in like, it's just completely different and it's great to see and he'll be massive towards the end of this season. I think all Liverpool fans know that, don't we? Sam Light says we need Mane on form, back again. I agree, I want to see Mane back in form. We're boss. We're just boss without him at the moment. And listen, I think he's still boss. I think he's still boss. You know, it's just one of them where, I keep saying it, he just needs that goal, but he keeps getting, you know, he's got a couple of goals and a couple of assists in his last 11 or something. It's not, it is much lower than his 2016-17 Sadio Mane, but still creating space for others, and that's good as well. Would you rather get Lamar or Pulisic, says Joel Harrison? Well, it seems like Liverpool are cooled on Lamar. Pulisic is someone that I think Liverpool will really want, and it's tough because Pulisic is just a few years younger and Lamar's not, I don't know, man. Pulisic, maybe. Flick of a coin. We need a left-back and I guess a defensive midfielder after conceding no goals, says Shivan Chand. Best preparation for Porto. Come on, Redmen, says Jamie Bennett. Brilliant. Pesh Van Patel, Klopp, 15 divided by 10. Brilliant. Go on, Tom. And I know that's out of 10.
I've got a weird one here. Cruz Air says, a few people saying Gini had a good game, question mark. He's been average at the very, very best lately. He had a bad game today. I mean, I disagree. I don't know what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I think I've seen, you know what, I was on News Now when Paul was doing his videos and stuff, and one of the headlines on News Now is Liverpool fans slate this man, and one of the tweets that were read on there is Gini Wijnaldum redefining the term invisible, and I just think to myself, this is, I just don't understand what people are looking for out of him, because you can't have a team of Mo Salahs. You can't have a team of Cristiano Ronaldo's. You can't have a team of Lionel Messi's. You need to have balance in that side. Everyone seems to understand what Sergio Busquets does at Barcelona and what he has done for years, and they've always understood what Xavi or Iniesta's done. They've always understood what Lionel Messi's done. It seems mad that we can watch a team like Barcelona and understand what makes them such a great team, and yet we can't apply that same logic to Liverpool and go, well, actually, this guy affords this guy that little bit more space, or this guy moves the ball really quickly, or look how strong he's been there and he's not giving the ball away. And that's all part of a team. You know, that's what Liverpool is. Liverpool is a team of players who are better than the sum of their parts, and Gini Wijnaldum's part of that. And I don't understand how, as a football fan, you can win a game 2-0 and be so down on a player. It's just not in my makeup. I just like to watch lads and I like to support the lads. I like to think the best of them. It takes a lot for me to get really pissed off at the footy. Like, you know, you've seen it over the years. I'm an incredibly emotional football fan on the day of games. But I look at it slightly differently after the games. And when you win, I'm high on the emotion of winning. I just don't see what good it does to look back and go, what's Wijnaldum doing there? I thought he was good. I thought he did everything that he needed to do. We dominated Southampton, a team we've struggled against apart from this season in recent years. We didn't score a goal against them in 4 games. We got knocked out of the semi-final of the League Cup by them last season. We've absolutely dominated them. They never had a chance second half. They had 1 shot. I don't even think it was on target second half. And that's all to do with everybody who played in that game. Gini Wijnaldum played 90 minutes. Without him, you don't get that performance, and that's what it's like for the whole team. It's not, I really don't get it, like, and I'm sorry to pick on one point and labour it and stuff. I don't mean to have a go at you. You're obviously entitled to your opinions. It just baffles me. It really does. It really, really baffles me. Anyway, that's probably it for now. We're going to go and record the final word show. I'm going to go and get myself a Grand Big Mac as well before we do that, because, you know, food and Grand Big Macs and stuff, amazing. Thanks very much for watching. Like the video. Do like the video. If you hate Gini Wijnaldum, like the video. If you love Genie Wijnaldum liked the video. If you haven't subscribed to Redmen TV, do it. Do it now. Thanks for watching. And I promise you, we will be back with the build-up show tomorrow. Cheers to that.